Hola, hoy vamos a practicar el arte de describir cosas usando adjetivos y sustantivos. Describing things using adjectives and nouns. Articles work as little welcome mats to nouns, and in Spanish, the article, or the little word that comes before the noun to introduce it, has to have the same gender, that's masculine or feminine, and the same number, that means singular or plural, as the noun that it's introducing. Let's quickly take a look using the word dueño and its different forms. So dueño significa owner. It means owner. If you want to say the owner and it's masculine and singular, you say el dueño. If you want to say the owner was feminine and singular, like a lady, you would say la dueña. And if you want to refer to the owners, this could be a man and a woman being the owners, or perhaps two men being the owners of something. You would say los dueños. And finally, if you want to say the owners and it's only women that own something, you would say las dueñas. Now, if you're not referring to any specific owner, so you don't need the word the, but rather a, you would say un dueño for a man who's an owner. Una dueña is a woman who's an owner. Unos dueños, this could be a man and a woman, or perhaps two men that own something. Unas dueñas, this is two or more women that own something. Adjectives are describing words, and colors happen to be describing words most of the time. So let's take a look at the different ways to say colors. If you have a masculine singular, yellow, you'll say amarillo. Feminine singular, amarilla. Masculine or mixed gender, plural, amarillos. And feminine, plural, amarillas. For red, masculine singular, rojo. Feminine singular, roja. Masculine or mixed gender, plural, rojos. And feminine plural, rojas. If you want to say black, masculine singular, you say negro. If you want to say feminine singular, black, you'd say negra. Masculine or mixed gender, negros. And feminine plural, negras. Finally, you get to white. If you want to refer to masculine singular, you say blanco. Feminine singular, blanca. Masculine or mixed gender, plural, blancos. And feminine plural, blancas. Now, look at blue and green. You see that there are only two forms. That's because the masculine singular and the feminine singular are exactly the same word, azul. The masculine or mixed plural or the feminine plural are the exact same word, azules. The same is true for green. There are only two forms, verde y verdes. Okay, it's your turn to try it. Look at each of the examples, and if you need to, you can go back to the previous slide to figure out what the word is that you're looking for. But let's take a look at the very first one, la camisa. La camisa, you can see that it is feminine and singular. And so if you're going to put the word for white in the blank, it has to be feminine and singular. Now remember, there were four words for white: blanco, blanca, blancos, and blancas. Well, here we need the feminine singular, so la camisa, and you figure out which one goes in. The next one, we're going to say los libros, and we have to figure out whether it's negro, negra, negros, or negras. Los libros gives you the clue. The next one, la tinta, and remember that there are four different forms. You're going to need the feminine singular because la tinta shows you that this noun, tinta, is singular and feminine. The choices are rojo, roja, rojos, and rojas. The next one, las copias. This one you see right away that it's feminine and plural. So you're going to put in the form that is feminine and plural in the blank. Choose from amarillo, amarilla, amarillos, y amarillas. And finally, los ojos. You have to think of the correct form of blue in Spanish. You're going to choose between azul and azules. Look over on the right. Here are some new color words, and these refer to perhaps skin or hair. And let's take a look. El pelo. Notice that el pelo is masculine singular, so amongst castaño y castaños, you need to choose the correct form that is singular. The next one, la piel. Take a look. Piel doesn't give you a lot of idea of whether it's masculine or feminine, but the word la tells you whether piel is masculine or feminine. So you're going to choose between moreno y morena. The next one, el cabello. El cabello is obviously masculine singular, so you choose between rubio y rubia. And finally, you see here las hijas. So you have pelirrojo, pelirroja, pelirrojos, y pelirrojas. You have to choose the one that is feminine and plural. Let's see how you did. La camisa blanca, los libros negros, la tinta roja, las copias amarillas, los ojos azules, el pelo castaño, la piel morena, el cabello rubio, y las hijas pelirrojas. Okay, here are more adjectives. So the word for tall, you have four forms, of course. Alto, altas, altos, y altas. For short, bajo, baja, bajos, bajas. Young, joven, jóvenes. Note the accent on the O when you make it plural. Old, viejo, vieja, viejos, viejas. And fat, gordo, gorda, gordos, y gordas. More adjectives. Thin, delgado, delgada, delgados, delgadas. Strong, fuerte, fuertes. Weak, débil, or the plural, débiles. Notice the accent, please. Optimistic, optimista, the plural, optimistas. Small, pequeño, pequeña, pequeños, pequeñas. Okay, now you try these. I'll just read what we see, and then you fill in the correct form of the adjective in parentheses. Las señoras, fill in the blank with the word for tall. Los niños, el director, la clienta, el gato, la secretaria, la economía, el mercado. Okay, are you catching on? Las señoras altas, los niños bajos, el director joven, la clienta vieja, el gato gordo, la secretaria delgada, la economía fuerte, el mercado débil. Grande is an adjective in Spanish, and it's interesting because most of the time descriptive adjectives in Spanish come after nouns. But grande, if it comes before a singular noun, it changes its form to gran. So you drop the D and the E off. And also the meaning will change from big, when it's grande, coming after, to great, when it's gran, coming before. Let's take a look. Una gran trabajadora. Does it mean a great worker? It's not a big worker. This is a great worker. And the reason you know it's great is because gran comes before trabajadora. Unas grandes trabajadoras. These are great workers. Notice again that when you have gran, that's only when the adjective is singular. In the second one, unas grandes trabajadoras. Grandes has to be plural because trabajadoras is plural as well. The word for good gives you more variation in Spanish because it can go before or after a noun. Notice that if you put the masculine singular before the noun, it changes from bueno to buen. Bueno, buena, buenos, buenas. Un buen día, un día bueno. They mean the same thing. Malo, mala, malos, y malas. Like bueno and the others, they can go before or after a noun too. But if you put the malo before a masculine singular noun, it changes its form to mal. Un mal año, un año malo. They mean the same thing. Hasta luego. Se la vi. 2020.